help much. They must be trying to gain access to the gateway data. There's a door to the left. Quick, through the side door and down to the gate.
I surrender. Well, no. I do still have crucial information about your poor friend Lieutenant Ceylon and how to fix his addled Borg brain, about the gateways and how to use them, about the Iconians. Now tell me, aren't those things more important than the fleeting pleasure you'll get from shooting me? But you are interested in what I can tell you. This gateway is damaged beyond repair, but I learned a thing or two when I was a guest of the Iconians. I know how to operate their gateways, and I've memorized several sets of coordinates. I know about places you haven't seen yet. In fact, the only reason I was here was to open a gate to a specific Iconian base. Not exactly. Do you really think there are only 2 Dyson spheres? There are more, and I know the location of the one the Iconians are still using. Wouldn't you like to see that?
The Romulan Republic has just notified us that Sela has escaped from their custody. Since your ship was last known to be near Romulan space, I am tasking you to keep a watchful eye for that treacherous Greenblood. Your communications officer tells me you are not aboard your ship. What is going on?
No, please, go ahead. I can wait.
Sela was last reported in the Devron sector. Apparently, she has amassed a small group of loyal Imperial forces, including Lieutenant Gaius Ceylon, formerly intelligence officer of the Lisette. With these assets, it is likely that she has ships and strategic information at her command. I have a notion. Let us loosen the leash. See where Sela goes. Find out what she has planned. Discover how extensive her network of supporters truly is. You have bested her in battle. Now it is time to best her in Klinzar.
Well, well, well. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer, isn't that the saying? I'll make you a deal. You want Gaius back, and you want to learn what I know? I'm willing to give you both. But first, we'll need to discuss the deal aboard my ship. Don't worry. I'm sure your crew will keep a transporter lock and whisk you away at the first sign of danger. Enjoy having the upper hand for as long as it lasts. It makes no difference to me. If you don't like my terms, I'll simply order Gaius to self-destruct the ship. He's very compliant, once you know which buttons to press. But if you want your Borg puppet back, you need to come and get him. Besides, what are you going to do? Put me in the brig? I've escaped too many prisons. You know you can't hold me for long.
I suppose we don't have much choice. Whenever you're ready, we can beam up to Sela's ship. But I'll go with you and watch your 6.
I know you're not inclined to believe me, but I am telling the truth. I do have coordinates to a sphere the Iconians are still using. The Iconians have many servants. Some, like the Alachi, you have already seen. I watched how they opened the gateways and memorized the coordinates. The Iconians are moving their soldiers and ships into position. One day, soon, they'll be right on our doorstep. This is our one chance to find out what the Iconians are doing and when they're going to attack. And they won't wait for our ships to be in position or give us time to muster a defense. One day very soon, the Iconians will simply appear at our homeworlds, and we will have to fight to survive. Poor Gaius. All that Borg hardware in his head made it easy to give him some guidance. I've had quite a bit of time to learn about Borg technology. All you need to know is which switches to flip. It's been very helpful having someone on the inside. I would have never escaped without him, but as a gesture of goodwill, I'll give him back now. There probably won't be any permanent damage. The Tal Shiar has studied mind control for decades, and I had full access to their techniques. Some of it is quite ingenious. Do you know that the proper sequence of mental conditioning and image projection can program someone to kill their best friend? I've seen it work. Once you know how to get into someone's head, you're there forever. With the coordinates I've memorized, I can gain access to an Iconian staging sphere. Tapping into the Iconian data networks is risky, but the potential benefits are significant. It will be difficult. Iconian operating systems are designed to overwrite and destroy other computers. However, I know enough about their devices to gain some useful information before that happens. Specifically, we need to determine what forces the Iconians will use against us. We must prepare for what's coming. My engineers report that they're having trouble keeping engine power stable. It appears you did quite a bit of damage to my ship. Unrelated systems keep failing in no discernible pattern. Perhaps you can take some of your people down to the engine room and have a look? Keep in mind that the sooner we get underway, the sooner this is all over. This freighter was armed by loyal Romulan Imperial officers and citizens who realized that a lone freighter would be easy prey for any space pirate. In addition, the Romulan Navy offered protection to this ship with some of the few warbirds remaining in their fleet, some of which you destroyed. These people follow me because they believe in the rebirth of the Romulan Empire. A proud empire that can hold its head high and be a force to be reckoned with among the stars. They follow me because I can lead them there. Many Romulans died for the hope of a new future. I won't let their sacrifices be in vain. Whatever the fate of the Romulan people, I am determined to ensure that our legacy is never extinguished from this galaxy. I regret every death of every loyal Romulan. But I will honor their loss by fighting for those who still survive. We share a common interest. We have a galaxy to protect.
This unit is in diagnostic mode. This unit is responding to its neural overrides. Please, help me.
What are you doing to my ship down there? Don't make things worse. I shouldn't need to remind you that we're on a timetable, so I won't.
I recognize you. You have to help me. I'm a Republic intelligence operative on deep cover. I infiltrated this crew of Romulan naval officers because they were still loyal to Sela. We can recapture her if we can keep this ship disabled. Sela's using you. She'll never tell you anything of substance. If she was the Iconian's prisoner, she couldn't have seen anything important. If she's still working with them, then she's leading you into a trap. Your only chance is to capture her now and help us reveal anyone in the Republic who helped her escape.
I understand you've captured a saboteur. I won't tolerate a threat to the safety of this mission and my crew. I intend to have him executed immediately. Very well. However, this still doesn't solve our problem. We need to find a working Iconian gate. The Nopata system? Interesting. My ship has been modified to mask its energy signature, so we should be able to get there without detection. The Tal Shiar may be a problem, though. The Tal Shiar serves the Iconians now. Certain elements of the Imperial Navy are still loyal, but the Tal Shiar would be more inclined to shoot me than listen to me. Those are Tal Shiar ships. The Star Navy doesn't have the interest or the means to police far-flung systems like this one. The Tal Shiar and I don't exactly see eye to eye these days, so feel free to do what you will.
Enemy vessel. This system is under Tal Shiar control. Stand down and prepare to be boarded.
Hakiv's private research facility. Soon all this will be lost to the sand. What a monument to folly. The Tal Shiar commonly use a diverter to intercept standard access codes on electronic locks. Give me just a moment. There. You really should learn some of these things.
Someone else has been through here recently. Tal Shiar!
Why am I not surprised the mess hall is the one place here that isn't a total wreck? At least they were smart enough to take the weapons out of the armory. Hakiv's sanctum. I'm guessing that side door isn't just for show.
There must be a way through this blank wall. Maybe there's a release trigger in the office.
Allow me. Computer, recognize identity Sela, code Empress 1. Unlock lab access. Always have a backdoor. Another secret door. Hakiv was always so melodramatic. Let's get this gateway working again. This gateway should be simple to activate once we bypass Hakiv's security. Then we can finally take a look at what the Iconians are doing. Then don't let me out of your sight. I'm only showing you what you need to see. You don't have to like me or trust me to hear my message. What's the alternative? Throw me in a gulag and silence me? Not exactly the smartest way to deal with a threat to the galaxy. Besides, the Republic already tried that. Look where it's gotten us. I'm not arguing about the security apparatus. The Iconians represent a very real threat, and you've only seen a fraction of what they can do. I am going to show you what the Iconians are planning. The Republic counts me as an enemy, so they want to silence me. It doesn't matter who I am or what I believe. The Republic and the people of this galaxy need to take this threat seriously. That means they need to listen to what I have to say. You all do. You can't just throw someone into prison and silence their warning because you don't agree with them. You don't have to like my methods or what I stand for. Silencing me won't make the problem go away. It will just whittle away at the ability of people to be ready for the real threats. And when the worst happens, and it will, maybe you can take comfort in protecting the people from a dangerous radical who wanted to tell them the truth.
You're getting a little too close to the truth. It's time to eliminate you both.
You should be more careful about the loyalty of your subordinates. Stop her! Don't let her escape! Kill it! There we go. I'll just put in those coordinates. Hurry up! They'll find us soon. Good. There's a gateway on this side. We won't be stuck here. Now, let's see what secrets we can wrest from this facility. You! Taurus. Stop her! Automated defenses? What a waste of time. Get that force field down!
I won't let you take me!
We need to catch her before she can cause any more trouble. She's locked the door. Try to unlock it with one of these consoles. Interesting. According to this data, we're in the Andromeda Galaxy. You should download some of these files to your tricorder. This sphere seems to be much older than the others. There's communication traffic from Iconian ships inside the sphere. I've never seen these kinds of vessels before. Ah, here we go. Almost there. Got it. The door is open. Taurus must have overloaded the collimators in that plasma. She's turned this room from a plasma allocation conduit into a death trap. Who even builds rooms like this into a structure anyway? There are control consoles across from the containment area. If you can get to them, you can probably shut down the system. Without my help, you won't be able to get the gateway open to return home once we're done. You need me alive. Don't worry, I'll keep a hypo spray handy. There's nowhere left to run, Taurus. Do you really think the Iconians will help you now?
No, you don't understand. I didn't seek them out because I wanted to rule. I needed them to save us, to turn back time, to undo Hobus, and bring back Romulus.
Then you're more of a fool than I thought. You poor deluded creature. The Iconians aren't interested in saving anything. Nor could they.
We have to get out of here. It's not safe anymore. They're coming.
I guess you'd better go then. If you had only known, Taurus, the Iconians can't travel through time. It destroys their minds. The sphere just jumped. Look, it's nighttime inside the sphere, but it's never dark inside the other spheres. The Iconian fleets are here, and there are so many ships they're blotting out the sun.
I see you.
Time to go. How absurd to think that she could have ever accomplished anything significant. She lost her throne and spent years in mindless devotion to gods who could not hear or answer her prayers. Taurus's fanaticism blinded her. She studied everything about the Iconians, but never learned the one simple fact that would have ended her quest. There was only one thing she didn't get wrong. We need to leave immediately. Iconian minds aren't like ours. They're entangled with chronoton states. I'll spare you the boring details. It helps to orient them when using their gateways, but it means that they can't go back and forth in time like we can. Doing so would cause the Iconian to lose its memories of the intervening time. Take a look at the sky. In a sphere like this, nothing should obscure the sun. Those aren't clouds. Did you feel that? The sphere just jumped. The Iconian invasion is beginning.
You were warned. Your galaxy is forfeit.
It's a herald, the personal guards and servants for the Iconians. Fighting is not our best option. Head for the gate. Run! The herald will be back. Head for the gateway. The gateway is destabilizing. I'll take it.
I knew no enemy could prevent your triumphant return to us. It is unfortunate that Sela escaped, but she is an insignificant problem. A Dyson sphere jumped into position near the Iconia system less than an hour ago. We do not know anything about it, but based on the preliminary notes you have logged, the scientists think it's the same sphere that you discovered with Sela. I do not need to wait for their analysis to know what this means. War is upon us! We will fight the Iconians, and we will win. Or we may all meet again in Grethor.
Serve the Empire well.
We know that attacks from the Iconian forces are imminent. Their gateway technology means that distance has little meaning for them. Once the war begins in earnest, we will be racing to cover too much territory with too few ships. But we cannot fail. To fight a war, we first need a plan. Admiral Quinn has requested your presence at a briefing on Earth space dock.
The war continues, and all of our warriors are needed to fight.
Welcome, and thank you for coming. We've gathered here the finest commanders from Starfleet, the Klingon Defense Force, and the Romulan Republic. We may have been enemies in the past. Now, we must fight as one. May I introduce Captain Cogran? He will coordinate our combined forces against the Iconians and report to the commanders of all 3 fleets.
Greetings. The Iconians have revealed themselves. War is now inevitable. While the Iconians themselves are few in number, their heralds not like the servitors we have fought before. They are far more dangerous. We are already sending strike teams into the sphere the heralds use to access the Iconian gateway network. They will retaliate, and when they do, they will attack our most valuable targets. The gateways allow the heralds to strike anywhere. They can avoid or destroy any obstacle in their path. Therefore, the Alliance has decided to focus on defending key installations. We need time to create a strategy. To that end, let me introduce Captain Tom Paris.
Hello, everyone. Okay, this is what we know about the weaknesses of the Heralds. If we can exploit this, we can...
It's beginning.
Their goal appears to be New Romulus. The Federation has a starbase nearby. Captain Paris, take your task force and the bulk of the fleet to New Romulus. The rest of you, report to Starbase 234. Right now, that starbase is all that stands between the Heralds and New Romulus. Hold the Heralds there as long as you can. We need time to evacuate civilians and prepare defenses in New Romulus. Today is a good day to die. Herald ships on an intercept course. All ships, defend the starbase. I've never seen anything like these Herald ships before. There's too many of them. Begin evacuation procedures.
too many of them. We can't... All of the civilians and most of the crew managed to evacuate. At least that's something. But there's nothing more we can do for that starbase. Fall back to New Romulus. We need reinforcements to hold the system. Welcome to the war. The Romulans are asking for boots on the ground, but we've got more than we can handle up here. There are some weak spots in the Herald lines. If you can punch through to transporter range, you should be able to get a team down there to assist. Flying. Now hurry up. We've got a war to win. Scouts. Now, take out the ships headed your way. Get out. Great work. Just one more group to do the plan. Get them out. You're close. Fighting on the ground is getting worse. We need you down there. The situation has become desperate on the surface. Good luck down there. And watch your back. The Heralds aren't pulling their punches.
Thank you. Now that the area is secure, we can call in reinforcements. Sub-Commander Zylan is ready to lead a squad to assist you. Should I call them now?
Rebels are on their way. We can take a defensive position in the ruins. Sensors indicate Herald forces inbound to this position. We must hold here. Are secure. Next, we must clear the path ahead.
I think we can take it from here. Do you want me to call for reinforcements?
There's a gateway opening to the north. There's a gateway opening to the north. Watch out! Gateway opening to the east. There's a gateway opening to the north. Herald inbound from the southeast. We have retaken the ruins. Shall I call in for our next objective?
The ruins are ours!
Foolish children!
Quick, this way!
What happened down there? Sensors are picking up some unusual power emanations from the surface. Be careful.
Your presence defiles this sacred space. Heralds, to aid, destroy these insects.
I'm a little busy here. What do you need? Acknowledged. Wouldn't want to miss the party. I'll get every ship with an operational warp drive headed that way as soon as New Romulus is secure.
I am the guardian of all who my people were and all that they remember. My task was to keep the archive safe until the day when our children would be united and would want to know who we were. Long ago, life developed on our world before all others. We explored the galaxy, but we were alone. But what is life when there is no one with which to share the joys or the sorrows? So if the galaxy would not give us companions, we would create them. We created you. Our scientists seeded many worlds and directed evolution. We wanted you to resemble us. But more importantly, we wanted you to understand us. Hundreds. While each preserver has the genetic memory of the entire race, it was deemed important to preserve individuals so that if the time came when we could live with our children, there would be sufficient numbers to maintain our species. We built this place and slept, dreaming of the world that would become. We dreamed of the world you would create. Hundreds, while each preserver... The Iconians. I am not programmed for this line of inquiry. Would you like me to wake one of my creators? You can ask her all the questions you wish.
Greetings, my child. Long have I slumbered. Why have you roused me now? Ah, the Iconians. They are the first of our children, and for a time, the most troublesome. They were different once, brighter. But our other children grew jealous of their gifts and chafed against their rule. The war changed them more than they could understand. I will help you, my child. Hold. I sense her approach. Our daughter, Matara, comes. She is first among equals, and her rage is terrible to behold. Go. I will retrieve what you seek, if it is not already too late.
is our right and our duty. None can stand against us. Not even you.
We're in orbit, and we're not alone. The rest of the fleet is about 2 minutes out, but the Heralds are here, and they do not look happy. If you're done down there, can you beam back to your ship and give us a hand? They are not kidding around. Raise your shields. We need to hold out until the rest of the fleet arrives. More Heralds! Oh, and I thought the Borg had a lot of ships. Getting all these ships. More inbound. It's 1 minute out. Keep fighting. Watch your back. Just a little longer. More Herald ships. These guys just won't give up. And the cavalry arrives just in the nick of time. Let's show these Heralds what we can do. that Dreadnought before you power up its weapon.
Although this is a dark day, you have served admirably. The loss of the Archive is regrettable, but the Preservers are not the only casualties this day. There will be more death before this war ends. But those of us who survive will be stronger. The Iconians think they can win this war. They think we are weak. They are wrong. We will fight, and if need be, we will die. But we will fight until our last breaths.
The war continues, and all of our warriors are needed to fight.
Captain Tom Paris has requested your ship for a joint mission with his task force. I won't lie to you. We're not making much headway against the Iconians so far. You and your crew have proven to be capable of fighting them. Delta Flight is one of the only other teams to do so. Together, perhaps you can start to turn the tide. Report to the Cal Bryden system. Captain Paris and his team are waiting for you there.
The war continues, and all of our warriors are needed to fight.
You are cleared for transport, at your convenience.
Welcome to the USS Byrne. Normally I'm the security chief and second officer on the USS Kirk, but she took heavy damage during the battle in the Lena system. Until she gets out of dry dock, I and many of the crew accepted temporary postings to other ships. I wasn't expecting to get a request to join my father's task force, but Delta Flight is doing some good. I want to help. It's not that unusual. My grandfather was an admiral, and my mom, and most of the people I consider my extended family are either in Starfleet or are like Seven, who might as well be. Truthfully, I think Dad's finding this more difficult than I am. I'm looking forward to it too. I don't know what crazy scheme my father's cooked up this time, but the more off the wall his ideas are, the more they seem to work. With you on the team, I'm sure we'll complete this mission. But let me know if you need me to translate. Dad has this habit of talking in phrases that went out of style 400 years ago.
I'm Canna Ginnis, the team scout. No one's better than I am at finding trouble, and believe me, I've found plenty. I borrowed my first shuttle off a landing pad when I was 10. I didn't think I'd ever have a chance to join Starfleet, but luckily, people like Captain Paris can see the person behind the incident reports. Now I have a chance to make a difference. It's good to get a chance to know everyone on the team before the action starts. It's bad enough fighting the Heralds. We don't need any interpersonal conflicts muddying the waters. You can count on me, sir, and I know I can count on you.
Jolan True, do you understand ancient Earth humor? Paris, the older one, keeps asking me if I am 2 weeks from retirement. Is that supposed to be humorous? I thought so. Look, when things get messy out there, and they will, stick with the team and keep your head down. If we work together, we might just get out of this in one piece. Most of us, anyway.
Hello there. I'm Ferrix, and I'm well, I don't have a specialization like most of the others, but Captain Paris calls me the cook. I don't know why. I could burn water, but it seems to amuse him for some reason. I'm a trader and blockade runner. Any place where there's conflict, there's usually a few good deals to be made. I wasn't too sure about leaving the Delta Quadrant, knowing the territory is a good part of staying alive, you know. But Tom convinced me. And except for all the heralds trying to kill us, it's not too bad so far. You know, one of the things I've enjoyed the most about coming here is the opportunity to get to know people from other cultures. Klingons, Romulans, humans, Andorians, Betazoids. So many different and intriguing species. Say, after this mission, how about we grab a drink? And I can tell you about the third time I left Benth in custody, and then broke through a fourth defense line to recover the lost chalice of Zilma.
Warrior, join with us and stab at the heart of the Iconians. We will either be victorious, or we race towards Stovacor. Today is a good day. I am the team's weapons expert. Most weapons on ships are too puny. I make them strong. Have you ever wondered what would happen if you loaded 5 quantum torpedoes into one casing? You have to reinforce the tubes, but the result is most satisfying.
Andrew Weston, all-around genius. Don't let the lack of pips on my collar fool you. I'm just as good as anyone from Starfleet. Better even, because I don't let the rules get in my way. I spent some time at the Academy, but I left when I realized Starfleet wasn't for me. Morale stayed. Always wondered if things would have been different for us if she'd had the courage to walk away when I did. Sure, Kirk reprograms the Kobayashi Maru, and he's a legend. I take a creative approach to alter my grade on the astrometrics final, and I get tossed out on my ear. Starfleet needs to loosen up a bit, if you ask me. And that time I spent in New Zealand? Yeah, I did everything they accused me of, and then I did my time. Like I said, I don't like rules. Just because I'm not as stiff doesn't mean I don't want to help win the war. My main focus is computers, specifically encryption algorithms. I've been studying the Iconian tech, and I think I made some inroads into the fractals they're using for... You know what? The details don't matter. When it comes to taking out Iconian security protocols, I'm the man for the job.
Thanks for coming. Nice to see you again, especially after what happened at New Romulus and Lanus. As you well know, the war is not going too well. Delta Flight is one of the ways we're trying to change that. We're a cross-faction team picked for our abilities, not our politics. Now the Alliance needs us to handle an important mission. I hate putting your crew at risk too, but we're gonna need you on this one. Oh, not much. We're just gonna slip into a heavily guarded system that the Iconians already control. avoid detection and probable destruction, steal a Solanae device that could give them a beachhead in our dimension, and escape with our lives. Sound like fun? So this used to be Calbryden 3. Intelligence believes that the Iconians destroyed the planet to gather materials for a subspace disruption device. We think they intend to use this device to open a door for their Solanae forces to enter our space.
A whole new fleet for the Iconians? We can't let that happen.
Exactly. But the planetary debris has created an asteroid field, and the mineral content of those asteroids will shield us from the Iconian sensor arrays. I've plotted a course for us, but we'll still need to watch for the Herald patrols. The station with the device is in the center of the debris. Weston will override their computers while we run interference. Once the station's shields are down, we'll eliminate it and the device with extreme prejudice.
Is that another reference from that ancient program about impossible missions you like to watch?
Something like that. The Alliance doesn't have a fleet to send against this station. We're it. If we can't do it, no one can.
So, no pressure.
I hope you're all ready to do the best flying you've ever done, because that's what we're gonna need to complete this mission. Let's head 'em up and move 'em out. Dismissed.
The rubble in our way used to be the planet known as Calbryden 3, uninhabited, luckily, but they had high amounts of topoline, uridium, and boronite. When the boronite and uridium are combined and exposed to an electrical charge, they create spatially inverted tetrions, lots of spatially inverted tetrions. That's why the Heralds are here, to create a pocket of our space where the Solanae can survive. From there, they'll expand, and what's good for the Solanae is fairly terrible for us. The Heralds have set up a security beacon at the entrance to this system. We'll need to disable it before we can attempt to slip through this asteroid field. Okay, Weston. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to take down this security grid. We only have a limited amount of time before a patrol comes by and finds us.
I need help inputting the proper subspace frequencies as I use my deflector dish to cycle through the possibilities. You'll need to match the alpha, beta, and gamma bands. With my subroutine scrambler, that should be enough to break through their security.
We've done it! Hurry! The security perimeter won't stay down for long! Okay, here's the good news. The topoline and the planetary debris will hide us from the Herald sensors. Now keep the larger deposits between your ship and the Iconian station. If you stray too far off the path, they'll find us. So keep moving and stay in formation. If you encounter any patrols, take them out as quickly as you can. We need to get in position before the Heralds know we're here. How would you rate your piloting abilities? Bringing up your navigational HUD. Now. Try to stick to the path I've outlined. The mineral content of the asteroids will shield us from the Herald sensors. Try to stay in formation with the rest of the squadron. Let's kick the tires and light the fires.
I'm not sure what that means. Is it some kind of Alpha Quadrant thing?
Kinda. I'll explain it later, Ferrix.
Fire your proton packs, kids. The next turn is a tight one.
Easy enough for a talented, handsome pilot like myself.
Let's get going. Stick close to the path on your HUD, or the Heralds will pick up our energy signatures on their sensors. Ready?
Everyone's mom tells them they're handsome, Ferric.
Friendly fire! Ow, I am wounded.
Fewer asteroids through here. More
We're in
chances
luck.
of being
Sensors
spotted.
show that this asteroid is mostly hollow. If we blow through where the rock is thinnest, we can slip through without being detected. Fire in the hole!
This reminds me of flying through Earth's space dock. They don't like it when you do that at
Let's
full
get going.
impulse.
Stay close to the path on your HUD,
wait.
where the Heralds will pick up our energy signatures on their sensors. Ready? Weston?
No comment.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's gonna be a bumpy night.
Ha! I've flown through worse in the Badlands.
Whoa, Moral. Watch the paint job there, Tyke.
Don't be a rear seat pilot!
I think you mean backseat driver.
But we're flying, sir.
Herald Patrol up ahead. Take them out before they can warn the others. I'm jamming your outgoing transmissions, but it won't last.
Shields are down! We're taking on the orbit runner!
Damn it! Hang on, Moral. I'm bringing a team over to help. We need backup over here. Get a team and get over to Morale's ship. My team and the Burns crew have cleared most of the boarding parties, but there are still heralds trying to get to the bridge and more pinning me down near the armory. Head toward me. If we can team up, we can make a push towards the bridge.
Fell back here to grab some phaser rifles and got bottled up by those heralds. Thanks for the help. The bridge crew has sealed off the bridge and locked the ship's computers down, but the heralds aren't giving up. All of the remaining boarding parties are moving toward the bridge. If we don't get there before the heralds break through, they'll slaughter everyone there and set the ship to self-destruct. My away team's medic is already helping the Burns crew. Since your team is here, my people can take the wounded to a transporter and get them to safety. Now that you and your team are here, we can clear out the remaining heralds, get to a turbo lift, and head to the bridge. Lock and load, everybody. It's time to save the day. Now that you and your team are here, we can clear out the remaining heralds, get to a turbo lift, and head to the bridge. Lock and load, everybody. It's time to save the day.
Morale! Blocking the fighters. Could use a little help. I think that's the last of them. What's our status?
Your ship is damaged and you have crew in sickbay, Morale. I don't want any unnecessary casualties. I have great respect for your abilities, but if this is some sort of Klingon, glory-seeking, never give up, today is a good day to die kind of thing...
Today is a good day to die. The Iconians are going to destabilize subspace from here to Alpha Centauri and use that to bring over an entire fleet of ships as twisted and horrific as the Solanae who built them. We stop them here. Now. You said it yourself, Dad. We're the only ones who can do this.
As much as I hate to say it, you're right. If we live through this, your mom is going to be so proud, but she's going to think I was an idiot for trying to hold you back. That's if we live. What do we need to do to get your ship back up and running?
I know a few of Andrew's tricks. Used one of his encrypted override codes to lock the Heralds out of our computers so they couldn't take control of the ship. I could use some extra hands to get these systems restored.
Good job on the computers, Morale, but Andrew? Did he teach you anything else that got him sent to a penal colony? That does it. Let's both get back to our ships and finish this.
The Heralds are going to notice one of their patrols is missing. Let's move. Time to pick up the pace, people!
I got some scans of those ships. Should give me an advantage when we get to the station.
Let's get going. Stay close to the path on your HUD, where the Heralds will pick up our energy signatures on their sensors. Ready?
Coming up on the center of operation.
Detecting Solanae energy signatures ahead. Solanae, ugh. They give me the creeps.
Target the ships defending the station. Weston, you're up. We'll keep them busy.
On it!
Iconian energy signature detected.
Evasive maneuvers. Pattern, Paris Delta 2.
Andrew!
We need to abort. We can't do this without Weston.
I can do it. Andrew gave me a backup copy of his algorithms in case something happened.
We're falling back.
Dad, I know you mean well. I have to do this. You know what will happen if the Solanae can break through. We'll lose everything.
Okay, Morale. You can be almost as stubborn as your mother, but I know when I'm beat. All right, people, you heard her. We're going in hot. Cover Morale's ship so she can finish this.
We are Delta Flight, and we will not be stopped. Attack the Dreadnought. Left on the station. Take them out now. Last note. Destroy it. And we can take out the Dreadnought and finish this. Shields are offline. Destroy the Dreadnought.
Detecting a power surge! I have their main computer. They're still trying to start the conversion process, but their shields are completely down.
Okay, let's blow up this thing and head home. We're being pulled in. Evasive maneuvers. Yeehaw!
I found something interesting in the computer system before the station blew. It's coordinates for another sphere, and this one looks to be very strategically important. It might even be a secondary hub for the Iconian gateway network. I grabbed everything on it I can find. I'll transmit the files to Captain Cogran at Alliance Command. Maybe he can get a team together to investigate.
The station is destroyed, and we've completed our mission. But not without paying a price. Weston was a talented engineer and a damn fine pilot. He may not have wanted to be in Starfleet, but there was a time I didn't think I was Starfleet material either. Sometimes rebels make the best officers. We know our duty. We just have our own way of getting it done. Exactly. It's been a pleasure flying with you. Maybe we can do it again sometime before this thing ends. Consider yourself an honorary member of Delta Flight.
Losing Weston is regrettable, but we needed a victory today. Thanks to you, we have won. Defeating a Herald Dreadnought is a significant achievement. Destroying their station and keeping the Solanae locked in subspace is even more valuable. The number of ships and soldiers we have is finite. We cannot allow the Iconians to have a numerical advantage, as well as a technological one. I will examine the files Lieutenant Commander Paris managed to recover from the Herald computers. Perhaps a strike on this base she found will be our next move. The war continues, and all of our warriors are needed.
to fight! The Empire requires your assistance with a covert mission deep in Iconian territory. It is dangerous, but if successful, it has a chance of turning the tide of the war in our favor. Report to the Denasia system. There you will meet a man named Ramir. He wants to explain the details of the operation to you personally. The war continues, and all of our warriors are needed to fight.
Ready for transport.
Kapla, and welcome aboard the IKS Hague. My name is Ramir, and this is my ship.
You are a hero of the Empire, and Klingon intelligence is well aware of your abilities. I was given the authority to pick who would assist us on this mission, and your name was at the top of the list. If you do not know about my team or our missions, then I have been successful. There are many battles fought in shadow. Now, if you don't have any further questions, follow me to the briefing room. I will give you more details about our mission there. House Peg is the code name for a discreet group that serves the Empire. My team are all warriors, but you will not find us screaming battle hymns or leading the charge against an army. Guile and secrecy are our weapons of choice. There is honor to be found, even in dishonesty. If an enemy force can be felled by words or the simple removal of one troublesome individual, the entire Klingon Empire is strengthened by the acts of a few brave men and women. My warriors do not use poison, and we look our targets in the eye before they die. But there is no need to shout when a whisper carries more meaning. The past few years have brought about many changes in our ways, and a warrior who only uses one weapon would be a poor warrior indeed. As the mighty Kalis once said, a well-aimed blade can sometimes achieve more than a fully armed armada. Now let us begin the briefing. Data recovered from the station in the Calbridan system has pinpointed the location of a second base in the Denasia system, containing several of the Iconian's Omega generators. I understand you had a hand in recovering this information. Of course. Nevertheless, we have the coordinates of the Iconian base. Our plan is to sneak in and sabotage the Omega generators. Taking them out will cripple the Iconians' ability to refine the Omega molecules that fuel their gateway networks. Infiltration is our specialty, and we have technology not available to other ships of the fleet. Our cloaking device can extend to protect your ship as well. That should be sufficient to protect us. Then we fight. I expect we will have to fight our way out anyway, after we detonate the Omega generators. I hope your crew is up to the challenge. Our scientists put the risk of a catastrophic reaction at less than 7%. That is an acceptable risk. This is our mission. You, of course, have the authority to change our mission parameters. Belair is right over there. She will also be a part of the away team to help extract any Iconian intelligence we find in the facility. Be careful. Her mate Travana is very protective.
What do you want? Why?
Don't worry, Travana. It's fine. Yes, but the chances are slight. If the charges are properly placed and calibrated, it should not be a problem. Well, the risk comes from non-stabilized Omega particles. They are very unstable. If a chain reaction starts, we will not be able to stop it. If that happens, we'll lose our ship, yours, and anything within a few thousand kilograms at the least. But if that happens, the heralds in the system will be destroyed too. That's something. Right. If we were to stabilize the particles into one or more Omega molecules, the chance of a detonation would be greatly reduced. I will need to run some numbers. We will have to give ourselves more time in the facility, and there is a greater risk of discovery, but it might be the better option.
I disagree. Taking the time to stabilize the molecules puts the team in danger. You insult my honor. It is my duty to protect this team. I will not sacrifice Belaire's, our lives, for needless precautions. So be it, Batak.
We are beyond the Herald sensor range, but we should not approach any closer without the protection of a cloaking device. Once we get close to the planet, we will not be able to risk a wide scan, so we will need to perform a series of pinpoint triangulation scans in order to locate the facility housing the Omega generators. At least we can remain cloaked while we do so. Once we have the location of the facility, my team will meet yours on the surface. Then arm your weapons and prepare for battle. Our cloaks will do us no good after the Heralds discover our sabotage. In order to expedite the triangulation process, my ship will move away from yours and perform our own scan, once we have reached a distance of 4 kilograms. Position confirmed. Beginning scans. Sensor interference is preventing us from getting a good reading. Move to 16 kilometers confirmed. Beginning sensor sweep.
Belair here. I have coordinates for the facility, but I cannot do a deep scan without revealing our presence. We will be beaming in blind.
This facility was very well concealed and shielded. Even now, our scans are so limited, we cannot get an accurate readout of the layout. True, but our tricorders will be of assistance while navigating. Now that we are on site, there is something you need to know. Only because I had orders which would supersede yours. I am not the leader of House Peg. Now that we have secured the landing area, it is safe for him to join us. Remir to Hague. We are ready for him.
Applaud! You and your team have done well so far. Now, let us vanquish our foes! I am more than a figurehead. A man cannot lead an empire of warriors without being a warrior himself. I carry the Sword of Kalis, a weapon of fables, forged by Kalis the Unforgettable in the fires of the Kristok volcano, and cooled in the icy waters of the Lake of Lusor. This blade slew Molor, it conquered the Valkyrie, and created a mighty empire. Now I will wield it against the infernal servants of the demons of air and darkness. There is always a need for the Sword of Kalis. It is a symbol of eternal victory. No one who uses it can be defeated.
We're right behind you. Sensors are picking up a different Omega generator. My team will handle this one. Our charges are set. We will meet with you in the hallway ahead.
We got some information from the Iconian network. How did you do? Fortunately, I come prepared. My tricorder is loaded with the best decryption subroutines available in the Empire. Wrote a couple of them myself. This is interesting. There are battle plans here for the Delta Quadrant. The Iconians were advising the Vaadwaur for months before the conflict started there. In fact, the Iconians insisted that the Vaadwaur start their attack in the Krenim Imperium, although they didn't say why. I also see data on where the Omega energy is being distributed. This is good. If we use this, we can attack the subspace stations where... Oh no! Taket, one of the Iconians! It is here! Yes, sir. We need to find the last generator.
That panel to access a visualization node and locate the last Omega generator.
Zoom in on that! It's Taket!
An Iconian! My blood sings for this battle. It will be glorious! Your bravery is commendable, but the Empire still has need of your talents. You command a mighty warship and have many battles left to fight. My path takes me to this Iconian.
Kahless, my Emperor. You are the strongest of Klingons. You wield the sword of Kahless. But there is no one who can face an Iconian in single combat.
The war does not go well for us. You all know what we face. Our people need a symbol to inspire them. That is what I was created to be. This battle will be one of legend. Every soldier of the Empire will have this tale on their lips. An Iconian! My blood sings for this battle. It will be...
Kahless, my Emperor. You are the strongest of Klingons. You wield the sword of Kahless. But there is no one who can face an Iconian in single combat.
The war does not go well for us. You all know what we face. Our people need a symbol to inspire them. That is what I was created to be. This battle will be one of legend. Every soldier of the Empire will have this tale on their lips. This is not my day to die. It is my day to kill an Iconian!
Who am I to argue with the Emperor?
Firing a disruptor at an Iconian is like attacking a starship with a stick. The Sword of Kahless is a remarkable weapon. It might be the only thing that could work.
We part ways here. Complete your mission. I will descend to the lower level and challenge the Iconian. We create a legend this day. Remember it.
If anyone can kill an Iconian, it is Kahless.
Miko Kara Endokila Endocham Mara Echo Rika 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 Nasopakare Hiroha Rika Rika Rika.
Cat! I have come for you! Face me, creature! I challenge you to honorable combat! Come forth! I am Kahless the Unforgettable. Destroyer of Molor, defender of Kamchi, and emperor of the Klingons! In my hands is the sword of Kahless, first of its kind. Will you not face me, Tiket? What could a being such as yourself have to fear from one man? Very well.
We are in.
Strong. Nothing Kahless can do is hurting it. We have to weaken the Iconian, and I think I know how. Omega molecules gather energy like sponges in water. That's why a small amount of Omega can generate such a vast amount of power. Quick, find a console and activate the reactor. If we hit the Iconian with Omega, we might be able to injure it.
Ha! Glorious battle! The honorable warrior will always prevail, demon. In fact, you dare strike a god. You are no god, Tiket, and your tyranny ends now! Now, to finish this. This fight is emergency transport now!
We've lost Kahless, and we were unable to stop the production of Omega molecules. The Iconian War will continue, and much blood will be shed. True, The data recovered by your team in Blair will be invaluable to the Alliance. The only thing to do is make sure it reaches them. To do that, we must escape this system.
You're right. We can't risk this intel not making it back to the homeworld. I've pinpointed an excellent transmission spot near here, where we can send out an encrypted microburst of data. If we don't make it out of here, at least the information can be of use to those who still fight. The Emperor's sacrifice cannot be in vain. We're at the optimal transmission location.
Iconian gateways! It's an ambush! More gateways. Something big is coming through.
I will mourn for Kalis, but celebrate his life. He was a clone, but he found honor in this life. Now I trust he will find Sto-Vo-Kor to his liking. But before he fell, he showed us the Iconians are mortal. His sacrifice will lead our way to victory. Qapla'! Hail Kalis, Emperor and Conqueror! The war continues, and all of our warriors are needed to fight. We have a lead on the Krynim. Voyager went to Krynim space looking for them a few months ago, but didn't find much more than a Vaadwaur and some anomalous sensor readings. But now, we found a Ferengi selling what he claims are Krynim artifacts. You are authorized to negotiate with the Ferengi and obtain these artifacts. Follow the trail where it leads. We need a weapon against the Iconians, and the Vaadwaur have gone to a great deal of trouble to keep whatever secrets the Krynim have out of our hands. The war continues, and all of our warriors are needed to fight.
Welcome to Josana. You're cleared for docking. We have everything you need for sorting.
May I help you? Oh. Wait, you must be... I'm sorry, but the business facilitator is busy at the moment and cannot be disturbed. Yes, but Quen left me explicit instructions about this. He's in the middle of a delicate negotiation to triple his profits on the sale of a rare Delta Quadrant artifact, and cannot be disturbed. Maybe, let's see, it was something. Krenim, I think? Oh, Delta Quadrant treasures are all the rage right now. Artifacts from cultures the Vatwar wiped out are particularly valuable. Quen's made quite a bit of latinum bringing them back through the gateways. Now, that profit-sharing plan he promised me hasn't materialized, but is it my place to complain? I'm sorry, but my instructions were very clear. Well, I'm sorry, but I need this job. I'm trying to save up enough for a ticket off this station. You can? What am I saying? You have a starship, of course you can. Go on ahead. Quen and the other buyer are in the cargo bay, but you better hurry. They were trying to get the deal finalized before you could stop them. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Not so fast! The gentleman with the rather imposing associates over there has just made a very competitive offer for the device. Care to make a counterbid?
You said there weren't any other buyers, Quen. And now what do I see? Klingon warriors here to cause trouble and drool on things. Guards, get these riffraff out of here so I can conclude my deal in peace. I'll add what I was going to pay those guards to my offer.
Hold it! I am Nog, son of Grand Nagus Rom. And I am a Ferengi. And when you deal with these people, you deal with me. You have a choice. Either deal with me, or I ask my father to have a word with the liquidators about your poor business practices.
Well, I'm sure we could come to an understanding.
That's what I thought. Now, kiss the staff. Get out! Not you, Quinn.
Here's my best offer. How about we agree on a price, and you get your Delta Quadrant doodad, and I leave? Everyone's happy. No? Fine. How about I answer your questions and maybe then I get to leave? But let's get on with it. Every minute I stand here, I'm losing a strip of latinum. Time is a very valuable commodity. The device is Krenim in origin. Specifically, it's from the Krenim Imperium. Constructed sometime in the mid-22nd century, if I had to take a guess. Strange piece of technology. I haven't seen anything else like it. Highly advanced, and it has hallmarks of Krenim work, but it's, odd. Definitely odd. The Vaadwaur, that's what! At one point, the Krenim Imperium held more than 200 star systems in the Delta Quadrant. They lost some of that territory in a couple wars, but overall they were doing well. Not the biggest business in the Quadrant, but not the smallest either. When the Vaadwaur started their war, Gaul took a special interest in the Krenim. Bombed them back to the Stone Age, and then some. As far as anyone knows, the Krenim are basically extinct these days. I picked it up from a Talaxian who wanted to trade for supplies. He told me he got it from the Kayana system. That was it. There used to be a Krenim colony there, but it's gone now, just like the rest of their empire. The Talaxian wasn't very clear on that. He just said, gone. If I'd asked any more questions, he might have increased his price. As a show of good faith to the son of the Nagus, I'm willing to tell you for free. But don't let this get around. It would ruin my reputation as a businessman. The device emits some unusual energy readings. The shielding may have malfunctioned, or maybe it's not fully operational anymore. I'm not sure. But that's why I'm selling it as an antique. As is, and no refunds. Do I look like a member of the Vulcan Science Academy to you? I don't know. It's yours now. You paid for it. You figure it out. I hope it doesn't blow up your ship. Now, may I go so we can put all this unpleasantness behind us? I want to drown my sorrows in a comet cocktail and think about all the profit I didn't earn today.
Don't let the staff of office and these good looks fool you. I'm here as a Starfleet officer, and I don't normally flaunt my family connections, but in this case, it seemed like the best way to solve the problem. So I borrowed my dad's second best staff. Interesting. I know Voyager encountered the Krenim during the journey, and Tuvok was looking for survivors of the Vaadwaur purges. For now, though, perhaps we should concentrate on learning what we can from this device. Quinn left without taking down his security, but fortunately I know how to get around it. This isn't a very sophisticated system. It's hardly worth a latinum me paid for it. If we overload the EPS conduits, we'll create a cascade failure in the system that the control protocols won't be able to handle. That should drop the force field. I don't mind telling you a bit about myself at all. I grew up on Deep Space Nine with my father and my uncle Quark. That was back before my dad became the Nagus. He was just a maintenance tech. Like my father, I preferred engineering to business. And Captain Sisko helped me get into the Academy, the first Ferengi ever to join Starfleet. I fought in the Dominion War, which is an experience I never want to repeat. And I spent some time on exploration ships. Then it was back to DS9 for a while, off to Utopia Planitia to work with the SCE, and finally taking command of the Chimera. Now I get to see the technology I helped develop at work in the field. Interesting. I know Voyager encountered the Krenim during the journey, and Tuvok was looking for survivors of the Vaadwaur purges. For now, though, perhaps we should concentrate on learning what we can from this device. Quinn left without taking down his security, but fortunately I know how to get around it. It's true, my father is Grand Nagus Rom. I don't normally have much to do with his business dealings, but in this instance, a little show seemed to be the best way to solve our problem. I grew up on Deep Space Nine with my... Interesting. I know Quinn left without taking down his security. I think you can overload the EPS conduits in the corner there. Around it. This isn't a very sophisticated system. It's hardly worth the latinum he paid for it. If we overload the EPS conduits, we'll create... Now that the power flow is disrupted, we can override the administrative access requirement. The controls are... Yes! Over here by the artifact. Excellent. Now we can get a good look at this. The waveforms aren't like anything I've seen before. Think I'm getting something. This is definitely Krenim in origin. And Quinn was right on the age. I'm also seeing some repeating elements in the base code, almost like a signature. And that strange energy Quinn was talking about is actually chronotons. A lot of chronotons. And chronotons mean temporal manipulation. This little box just got a lot more interesting. I'll take the device back to my ship, the Chimera, and have a look while we're on the way to the Kiana system. From what I understand, Voyager sent an away team to the Kiana system a few weeks ago, but they encountered some resistance and were forced to pull back before they can find what they were looking for. But now that we have this, maybe we'll be able to find what remains of the Krenim, if there's anything left to find. I've explored many places as a Starfleet officer, but this is my first time seeing the Delta Quadrant. According to Quinn, the Krenim artifact came from this system. I hope we haven't come all this way just to chase ghosts. I've had a chance to look at the Krenim device, although I'm not sure how to activate it yet. It's definitely designed for temporal manipulation, although I don't think it would enable someone to travel through time. It's almost like a step sideways, if that makes any sense at all. I'll keep working on it and let you know if I learn anything more.
Voyager's preliminary scans of the system turned up a number of anomalies, but nothing conclusive. According to Krenim records, though, there's supposed to be an M-class planet in this system. We're not reading anything like that on the sensors. Could be. Let's check that wreckage out first. It might give us a better idea of what happened out here. And we should be on the lookout for Vaadwaur. Preliminary scans indicate they've been actively patrolling through this system. Keep an eye out for Vaadwaur. They're still patrolling this area. If I had to place a bet, I'd say that wreckage is where this artifact was found. Heads up! Vaadwaur on an intercept course. Small society. There had to be a reason the Vaadwaur went out of their way to target them. Let's move. There might be more ships in range. There are more Vaadwaur on an intercept course, but we may be able to avoid them. I suggest we use the mineral content of the asteroids I've marked to conceal our energy signatures. Vaadwaur sensors aren't as good as ours. Most of their technological advantage appears to be directed toward making better weapons. So it should work, as long as we don't attract their attention before we get out of their path. They must be looking for that Vaadwaur patrol. I don't think those heralds detected us. Let's hope they don't come back this way. Inbound! The Vaadwaur must have gotten a signal out. that they're still patrolling the old Krenum systems. If we can find more Krenum technology, or maybe unlock what we have, we might be able to find out what is so important. That could be something the Alliance can use against the Iconians. I recommend that the Chimera and your ship patrol the outer system while we take an away team to the surface. I'll bring the device and keep trying to learn more about it.
This doesn't make sense. There's nothing here that would cause the readings I was seeing from orbit, but there are traces of chronotron particles. I've never known chronotrons to appear naturally without some sort of temporal manipulation going on, but there's nothing here. I'm starting to come up with a theory, but I need some more data. I recommend we take some additional scans. Exactly, but we need to be quick. Those patrols we encountered in orbit will be missed soon. I'm going to order the Chimera to try to avoid contact, but warn us if more ships arrive. These tall spires are charged with temporal energy. Curious. It's almost like it's in a state of temporal flux. I need to get some scans. There's something going on. There are more mineral deposits over there. There's a resonant frequency here that's not natural. I'm reading another anomaly ahead. These anomalies have a shape, like a warp field, but not quite the same. The only other place I've seen sensor readings like this was in the wormhole. There! Behind those rocks! Hurry! They'll be here any moment! This area looks defensible. Get ready. I have an idea. We need to use the device. I've been trying to activate it and I've almost got it. Keep them busy. If I can get it working, I should be able to conceal us. Here they come! More reinforcements inbound! I'm working as quickly as I can. Watch out! Let's work! I need more time to align these frequencies.